is enough said.
What's up, Heat Nation? Your boy Ernest here. Boom, 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 back with another Miami Heat talk. Tonight, you guys, we're doing it differently. For those of you that have been around for a while, you know who this is. But for those of you who don't, let me introduce my big brother, Ralph. We started this channel about 6 years ago as ER Sports.
Feels like 100 years ago.
I know, right? This is my big bro, Ralph. He came in to do a special episode tonight. So, welcome my big bro, Ralph. Welcome back, my guy.
Brother, thank you, my man. How are you, bro?
Good, man. How's everything been?
Awesome, my brother. Always,
Awesome,
my man.
awesome. Guys,
By the way, stop.
Yeet. Congratulations to our boy Jey Uso for winning the 2025 Royal Rumble. We saw the event together. Unbelievable event. But we're not here to talk about WWE. We're here to talk about basketball. And look, I know. You look at the room, it's Miami Heat.
Yep.
We will get to Miami Heat topics. But we're going to start this episode with something quickly. We're not going to do all that rigmarole shit. We're going to get right into it. We're going to start because the whole NBA landscape has changed.
Yup.
Yesterday, bro, it was reported by Shams Charania and ESPN, a breaking trade. The biggest trade in NBA history, probably, during the regular season. The Dallas Mavericks and the Los Angeles Lakers have agreed to a deal, bro. I cut an episode earlier today, but you're here. We want to talk about it. Luka Doncic to the LA Lakers. Anthony Davis goes to the Dallas Mavericks as a part of a 3-team trade with the Utah Jazz. Now look, was it Markieff Morris, Maxi Kleber, they go to the Lakers. Maxi Christie, he goes to the Mavs. Jalen, whatever, JSS, he goes to the Jazz, whatever. But bro, the big thing is Luka Doncic is now with LeBron James. You guys hear the family in the background. Doesn't matter. We want to talk about it. Bro, give your insights. What do you think about this trade?
First of all,
Yeet.
Yo, and even Yeet is way beyond the word Rumble. Jey Uso, kudos to you, my man.
Facts.
And big shout out, my man. And good luck moving forward.
Yes, sir.
You know what, bro?
Yes, sir.
Yeet at the same time, bro. This was a monumental move. And honestly, my brother, you could argue the biggest trade in NBA history. And I know everybody's going to have their own opinions. Everybody's going to be an expert in everybody else's life, everybody else's profession, and everybody else's decision. But honestly, my brother, it was a move that shake the landscape of the whole, not even all of NBA, of all of sports, really worldwide. Honestly, my man, you know what, bro? That's what we love it, man.
Yeah, and you know what? It was funny because Dallas Mavericks made this trade because they weren't certain moving forward with Luka.
Yeah,
they're kind of going all in with the team that they have. Klay Thompson, Kyrie Irving. Now you add Anthony Davis. You get that big front court presence. Anthony Davis most likely will not be a center anymore. You saw the comments he made. He wanted to play next to a big man. They have Daniel Gafford. So you know Davis is going to move to the 4. But my question for you, bro, Luka Doncic and LeBron together. I mean, could that work?
So, first of all, I understand why Dallas, their thinking process behind everything. So, let's go ahead, guys, and just kind of like break down the whole landscape of everything. So, everybody's freaking out. Everybody's saying like Dallas is stupid. Dallas is freaking crazy. How could they come up with something like this? So me and my brother were talking behind the cameras, right? And this is my take. I'm going to try to go short on this. This is the bottom line. They know that Dallas was freaking out and scared as hell about all of Luka Doncic, like his fitness, the way he was keeping in shape and things like that. And honestly, bro, you know, they've been on top of him. And Luka Doncic, bro, he's been doing whatever he wants to do, especially when he got injured this season. You know what I'm saying? Like going ahead and eating whatever he wanted to eat. There was a report that came out that he ballooned like 260 pounds.
270.
Well, 270. There you go, my bro. I mean, by now it could be 295 for all we know, bro. So at the end of the day, bro, this is what I came down to in my opinion. So Dallas felt not only with his injuries this season, but he was eligible for the Supermax. So did they want to pay Luka Doncic 5 years, $350 million? Bottom line, at the end of the day, bro, what does the trade tell you? He wasn't worth that.
No.
He wasn't worth that, man?
No, they didn't want to do that. I mean, I get it. People call them stupid because they're taking a 31-year-old over Luka. They went to the NBA Finals last year with Luka and Kyrie, but at the end of the day, when he got injured with a calf injury, it was reported that Dallas was like, this is what's going to happen if you're not taking care of yourself. They're making the trade because they're trying to go all in now. Now, look, with the Lakers, I get it. Like, is he the best fit with LeBron? Who knows? But they have their cornerstone for the future. What is the LA Lakers all about? Superstars. Having a superstar. The LeBron and AD thing, won them a 2020 championship. They haven't been there since then. So they're kind of like counting the chickens and saying LeBron's going to retire soon. Might as well put him with Luka. Have LeBron show Luka the right way to do it. And then have Luka moving forward. But here's the interesting thing. Luka hasn't signed a Supermax. Luka may not stay with the Lakers. And in today's NBA landscape, you can kind of look at this as a benefit for the Lakers. Because worst case scenario, if Luka doesn't want to stay in, he leaves. They get Anthony Davis, possibly LeBron James off their books. They have a huge amount of cap flexibility, and now they can move on to the next era. So do you think Luka stays, or maybe he leaves?
So the bottom line is this. No one knows. No one knows why, because you know why? Not even Luka knew about the trade. So not even LeBron knew about the trade. All right. So bottom line is this, guys. We're still letting this sink in right now. So Dallas felt they needed to do what they did. You know what I'm saying? What was best for their franchise. And you know what, brother? I can't blame the Lakers. The Lakers said, you know what? We have an opportunity to acquire a generational talent, a 5-time All-NBA first team NBA superstar. All right. So at this point, even though he's missed 27 games this year, right? He's only played 22 games this year, right? But at the end of the day, brother, you have a guy who is a generational superstar, an international global icon right now at this point. And what did the Lakers do? They're about the superstars. We go all the way back. Sorry, guys, the name drop. Jerry West, Will Chamberlain, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Shaq, Kobe, Pau Gasol. To some degree, you can mention Dwight Howard. And then now they went ahead and got themselves, they got LeBron James. And now they got themselves Luka Doncic. No, even before that, Anthony Davis, who got traded to Dallas. That's what the Lakers is all about. So right now at this point, bro, the Lakers are thinking like, you know what, bro? This is the stage that we're at right now. We're competing to a certain degree. We're like, you know what? How far can we get with this current team? But you know what? We had an opportunity to go ahead and acquire a 25-year-old generational superstar. Yes, he only has a year and a half in his contract because he has this year guaranteed and next year. After that, he can become a free agent. Remember, guys, just so you know, the Lakers never got any assurance at all that Luka will stay because remember, Luka didn't know he was getting traded.
No.
And remember, Anthony Davis is locked up after this year, 3 more years. So Dallas knew what they were getting. Dallas is moving forward. Like, you know what? They believe that defense is the way to win championships with Kyrie Irving, Klay Thompson, and everything.
I think it's a good fit. I understand that people are calling it stupid. I think Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving, and Klay Thompson, that's a really nice fit with Daniel Gafford and them boys. I mean, look, both of these teams, the Lakers are the 5th seed. I believe the Mavericks are the 7th or 8th seed.
I think they're the 9th or 10th seed.
Yeah, they're pretty close together because the Western Conference is pretty tight, kind of like the Eastern Conference. So this trade could actually benefit both teams. Now, we don't know the extent of Luka's injury. We don't know if the Lakers did this trade for this season. I mean, they wouldn't be stupid enough to make this trade, especially with Anthony Davis dropping a 40-point, 20-rebound game. They wouldn't make this trade not knowing if Luka wasn't going to be healthy moving forward. I think they feel that way. Having LeBron and Luka together can work. But the interesting thing that you just mentioned, and what I want to get to, because this is Miami Heat talk, so we're going to move forward. We know that the Miami Heat are working this team differently now. It's not an all-win now approach. It's about the future. Luka Doncic has a contract until 2027, which he can opt out in 2026, which the Miami Heat are pushing for flexibility. If you think about it, with Terry Rozier, Duncan Robinson's contract being off their books after 2026, and the whole Jimmy Butler situation, the Miami Heat can have over $80 million in cap space moving forward for 2026. So do you think there is a possibility where the Heat can say, maybe Luka is a target?
100%.
Really?
100%, my brother. Because you know what? We have the Godfather. All right? So that's the bottom line. So here's the thing. Did we have somebody to offer for Luka Doncic? Yeah, we could have. We could have offered Tyree Hill. We could have offered Bama up. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. I'm telling you, we had a long night, my brother. My boy Bam. Sorry, guys. So look, at the end of the day is this, guys. Look. So the Lakers took the risk the way they did, but the bottom line is this. They did that trade with zero assurance that Luka will move forward with them. You know why? Luka didn't know. Luka didn't know
That's true.
until the trade actually happened. Of course, you want to say, but Ralph, it's Lala, it's LA. They have LeBron James. How can he possibly leave? Nobody knows at this point, my brother. Nobody knows. So kudos to the Lakers to making the move like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they're like the Miami Heat. We go after the whale.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they got themselves the whale. Even though Anthony Davis, you consider him a whale, but at 31 years old, if you have an opportunity to acquire a 25-year-old transitional superstar,
you go after
you
that.
go for it.
Yep.
Now, what's going to happen a year and a half from now? Nobody knows. So this is where we're going to go and transition to the Jimmy Butler situation. So Jimmy Butler has multiple situations where he can go and trade to this team, trade to that team. My brother, 5-star talent, he's breaking down to you guys where Jimmy Butler could go here, go over there, you know what I'm saying? And my brother, kudos to him. He's a 5-star guy, bro. Love his show. He's told you guys how many situations he can go to, how many teams. The Memphis Grizzlies, I love your situation, bro.
That's the best one.
Here's the only thing I'll play devil's advocate. I think at this point, considering the landscape of the NBA, I would love for Jimmy Butler to come back. We have no control over it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I think we need to keep our books clean for 2026. Because the fact that Luka got traded, we don't know what he's thinking.
Yeah.
Who's to say that he loves LA? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, he had no idea who was going to get traded. Maybe he maybe he starts the season with the Lakers here in midseason. It works out okay. He does the off-season program. He moves into next season. It doesn't work out. Remember, guys, LeBron is 40. He's going to be 41 next year.
Exactly.
Then he becomes a free agent. Maybe he says, you know what? I'm not going to re-sign. Let me keep my options open. He's going to look at this team. He's going to look at that team. But you know what? We don't care about any other team. This is a Miami Heat talk.
Yep.
My brother. So, let's look at the Miami Heat. All right? At this moment. Well, before we move into the 2026 offseason, let's look at it right now. Jimmy Butler. This is my opinion. And I'm going to agree with Pat Riley. We need to go ahead and get value for Jimmy Butler, right, my brother? But I am a firm believer, let's keep our books clean. Let's keep our books clean. And if we can get draft picks, if we can get, like, talent, you know what I'm saying, on the cheap and things like that, expiring contracts, I'm all for it. But if we're going to go ahead and trade Jimmy Butler for a guy like Bradley Beal, or somebody else who has an extended contract beyond 2026 that's not going to go ahead and put us in a contention position, I'd rather just keep Jimmy Butler. I'd rather keep him, or Himmy. I'd rather just keep him, my brother, like you say, my bro.
Yeah.
Let him expire, or he wants to pick up his player option, and after 2026, he becomes a free agent. And if he wants to play, my brother, it's up to him.
Yeah, dude. I mean, at this point, Jimmy has put this situation so bad.
Yup.
And has made the situation so bad. The Heat had a potential trade with Memphis. From what I'm hearing, there was a trade in the talks with maybe even a possible third team. Jimmy and his camp nixed the offer. He didn't want to go to Memphis. Memphis can still say, whatever, we'll get him for a rental, kind of like Toronto did with Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah.
It worked for them. Memphis can look at it that way. They can also look at it as like, we can send contracts that are playable through 2026 to Miami, get Jimmy, and if he doesn't want to stay here, free up that cap space. They can pay Jaren Jackson and move forward with these guys. And I did say, I have said it on the channel, you guys know this. This team, currently constructed, has a 24-23 record as the 6th seed, with Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo, and young building blocks like Khalil Ware, Jaime Jaquez, Nikola Jovic. Then you have kids in the wings like Kashad Johnson, Josh Christopher, Isaiah Stevens. They are a superstar player away from being contenders. And you think Jimmy's a superstar player in the playoffs. Where have the Heat been the last 2 years? A play-in team. Because this is the guy that coasts through the regular season. So if you put a Luka Doncic on this Miami Heat team currently constructed, they're the top in the East. So yeah, I really feel that if Luka Doncic is available, he'd go all in for that. And it can't work, and it might not work for the Lakers. It's like I just said before, the Lakers made this trade. Some people might think it's not the best. He may not want to stay there. Fine. If Luka doesn't want to stay there, what did they do? Build for the future. They traded Anthony Davis, who has 3 more years left in his contract. LeBron's career is going to end soon. Build for the future. If you get Luka now, see what happens, and if it doesn't work, move forward. I think the Heat can still contend for Luka, and if not, you're going to have a lot of other players in the 2026 offseason. De'Aaron Fox might be available. Trae Young may be available. A lot of players may become available. With the Jimmy situation, bro, I said it in my channel earlier, and I think this way. If he doesn't get traded, he needs to make a decision. Either act like a punk like he's doing and stay on the bench for the rest of the year, or Jimmy can say, screw it. Let me ride with these guys, show my value, and maybe we can do a sign and trade in the offseason. It's all about the mindset, what's moving so forward. So my question for you, bro, February 6th, does Jimmy Butler get traded?
Sorry for the deep breath, guys. So at the end of the day, I do believe, yes, he can. I did tell my brother earlier that yes, he will. But at the end of the day, I think everything has changed last night. I really do. Because you know what? There was a thought in me where I told my brother earlier that I said, you know what? He will be traded. But after I thought about everything, I'm like, you know what? The landscape last night just changed tenfold. 180%. Everything has changed. We don't know what Luka's thinking right now.
Yeah.
Luka could easily tell LA, thank you for trading for me. Thank you for believing in me. And thank you for wanting me. But you know what? I'm going to see this through. I'm going to play the rest of the season. I'm going to play next season. But you know what? I want to explore my options. So bottom line, I think Pat Riley right now is sitting down with the with the Miami Heat front office saying, like, you know what? Maybe our thought process with Jimmy Butler trade just changed. And all it takes is 12 hours.
Yeah.
And that's what just happened.
Yeah.
We don't know what Luka's thinking right now, bro. And you know, if there's an opportunity, a possibility where Luka says, you know what? I want to test the market. And we have an ability to have $80 million in cap space in the 2026 offseason. Brother, this is the world we live in, bro. It's about opportunity in the moment. This moment didn't live 24 hours ago.
Yeah.
The fact that right now we live in this moment, bro, if I'm Pat Riley, bro, I'm going to go ahead and say, you know what? This is where we're at right now, and I believe that I want to preserve as much capital as I can. I'm not saying that Jimmy Butler's not going to get traded. I can say, you know, yeah, Jimmy will get traded, but it has to be conveniently circumstantial.
Yeah. If
we trade Jimmy Butler, we're not going to go ahead and trade for a Bradley Beal. We're not going to go ahead and trade for another player that's been like, you know, like, I'm not going to go ahead and say like a guy is past his prime, but a guy's like a middle tweener, you know what I'm saying, that's heading in towards the end of his prime or heading towards like a position where he's not going to go ahead and contribute the way he's done in the past and have him hanging in our salary cap for years.
Yeah.
No. He's going to go ahead and do what's best for this franchise. And at the end of the day, my brother, if he can't find that, Jimmy Butler will stay in this team. And it's up to Jimmy Butler. If he wants to opt in, he can opt in. If he opts out, my brother, we're going to preserve that cap space and we're going to move on to 2026 until Luka Doncic signs that extension, my brother. We're going to go and give ourselves an opportunity to go ahead and get the whale.
And for those people right now that are going to be in the comments, and I know they are because they've done before, that's not the way the NBA works today. Players get traded before their contracts expire. What those people are not understanding, they haven't realized yet, this new collective bargaining agreement. The whole first and second apron things. Guys, look at Philly. Look at the Clippers. They could have traded Paul George to get some value for it. They didn't. Because Paul George, they couldn't get any offers because teams knew this apron was coming. So Paul George left in free agency, signed with Philly, and the Clippers were able to have flexibility to sign other players. The way that teams are looking at it now is that instead of going into the first and second apron and hampering themselves, because remember, you can't make certain trades, you can't aggregate players as a second apron team. Now you're going to let players walk to give yourself cap flexibility. So for people that'll think, well, there's no reason why the Lakers would trade for him, not knowing they can give him a super max extension. No, the Lakers traded for him because they saw the writing in the wall. This AD and LeBron build was not working anymore. They're getting older, so they needed to make a big move for a guy that's young. Hopefully they can sell Luka, but if not, he leaves. They have all this cap flexibility, and they can move on to someone else. So Heat Nation, we talked about a lot of things. We want to hear from you. What do you guys think about this Mavericks and Lakers trade? Do you think this is affecting Miami in any way? Do you think that the Miami Heat have a shot of getting a Luka Doncic? I've mentioned it before. Do you guys think that Jimmy Butler gets moved by the trade deadline? If not, would you guys be welcome to bring Jimmy back to run with this team? Or do you like this team the way that it is? Let us know in the comments your thoughts, you guys. Please do not forget to support the channel. Like, share, subscribe. You know the drill. Anything you want to add?
Love you, brother.
And that is enough said. Yeet! Let's go.